welcome. My name is Laura Wilson, and this is a lower body workout. Today we're going to be doing about a 25-minute lower body strength training workout on the power plate. So if you have one of the bigger power plates, you can actually set that to vibrate continuously for 9 minutes. Set it on a low setting, 30 to 35 low. If you have our personal plate, it's already on a low setting. You're just going to keep that fob in your hand and keep hitting that repeat button. If you've got one of those larger plates, even though it goes for 9 minutes, remember we're going to keep that vibrating so that we can really enhance, optimize, and get the most out of this workout. If you don't have a power plate, welcome as well. You can do this right on the floor, this lower body strength workout. And the one other thing, if you want a little bit extra challenge today, you can actually use some dumbbells. I've got a set of dumbbells I'm going to be using off and on throughout the workout. It's always optional. You can do this entirely with body weight and still get a phenomenal kick and workout for the lower body. So we're going to strengthen, shape, tone that lower half. All right, get those plates set, start them. I'm going to start my timer. We're going to get going. So first, we need to stretch a little bit. Stretch, activate, and move our bodies. So in a nice long lunge position, you see my knee is actually down on the plate. We're going to stretch through that hip flexor and quad. I'm going to keep it dynamic and then move in several different directions. You can really address any tightness that you might have in and around that hip. Front side of the thigh is often a very, very tight area of the body. I know my hip flexors definitely get tight. I don't notice that so much, but then suddenly I notice that I have pain in my low back. And that's typically caused because our hip flexors are tight. So we really need to stretch here. Go ahead and switch sides, same thing. That nice kind of long lunge position. If that feels uncomfortable to you, make sure you're rolled forward off of your kneecap and you're on that front part of your quad where there's a little bit more meat there to absorb some of the vibrations into the muscle tissue. You can also be up hovering and do this same stretch, do this same hip flexor stretch. If that feels more comfortable for you, absolutely take that option. Now the great thing about working on a power plate is we can prepare faster, we can warm up so much more quickly. So let's go ahead and switch to a hamstring stretch, single leg, knee is soft, and then just start moving through that kind of forward and back motion, maybe side to side, a little bit of rotation. You can even move through the heel on the plate and see where you feel tight today. Really drawing that vibration and getting that blood flow and circulation into our muscle fibers so that they're ready for this lower body workout, so that they're sliding and gliding across one another. And switch. Same thing, opposite leg. Working through that hamstring, stretching it out. I took a little break from exercise, about a 10-day break. So this is gonna feel awesome today. I just know I'm gonna be sweaty, I'm gonna be working hard and challenged working on top of the power plate, but I also know that I'm gonna be really sore if I would just do any old workout. So I really want to dial into the plate because that's going to help to reduce that delayed onset muscle soreness that happens, especially when we take some time off. The plate is so good at that. Last thing, we're going to do a bit of movement prep. So take your mat off, come on top of your power plate on the platform and practicing some slow squats. So take a moment to look down and check that knees stay right in the middle of your shoe, behind the toe. Again, this is just movement practice. So getting our brains and bodies connected so that when we go to add some weight or perhaps really dial into the intensity, we're already moving with great technique. And we can do that again very quickly by doing this on top of the power plate. So let's do one more of these. All right, give it a little shake, take a drink if you like. Now, in today's lower body strength workout, we are gonna do 2 circuits of work. Again, weight is optional. We're gonna be moving that on and off, so just be careful as you enter and exit off the platform on your power plate. This first one, optional singular dumbbell, goblet squat. So bring that dumbbell right up on the chest, tuck the elbows in. So those squats that we just practiced, we're just doing them now with weight, with intention. So adding intensity. Now, depth of your squat. On a power plate, the great thing is the instability is causing a reflexive muscle activation. So you don't need to go below 90 degrees to really get optimal muscle activation. You can get great muscle activation working in a comfortable range of movement for you. It's also super important to move safely. So if you start to go past a certain point and your knees are protruding out over the toes, just lighten it up, go a little bit more shallow. We've got 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping this dumbbell, we go into a single leg deadlift. So tipping only as far as you can go while keeping the back flat. So notice hips and shoulders are going to stay square, right to the floor. I'm holding that dumbbell opposite the foot that stays on the platform. Now, if you're super wobbly, grab a chair, hold on to a chair. Maybe put your hand on the wall, or if you've got a column, you can certainly hold on to the column. Last one, and switch sides, same thing. Notice it is not a fast movement. Slow and controlled. We're letting the vibration do the work. I don't know if you can tell out there, but my leg and my ankle and my toes are working so hard. These are hard just on the floor, let alone when we stand on top of a vibrating platform like the power plate, where it's really challenging our stability. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, option, you can hold on to this dumbbell, or you can lose the dumbbell. Coming down into a squat, we're going to shift side to side. So you have a couple of choices. You can hold it up here like we did in the goblet squat, or you can hold it down low. Feet are as wide as you can take them on whatever power plate you're working on top of. Or if you're on the floor, just take them outside shoulder distance. I'm going to come down into kind of a half squatted position, and then just shift your weight side to side. Butt is pushed back, abs are tight. Again, shifting that weight. Got about 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, no weight for this next move. Come down into a lunge position off the side of the plate. Now we're holding here, then you're gonna pop up. Try to get this foot that's on the platform off the plate for just a second. It doesn't matter how high the jump is. We wanna load, hold, then pop up. So we're really focusing on explosive motion in this leg that's on top of the platform. 5 more seconds. Do whatever feels natural with the arms. 3, 2, and 1. Same thing on the leg. Again, load the leg on the platform, hold it for a second, and then pop up. Running those arms to get a little lift, and then sinking back down to really load that leg on the plate. So try to keep your weight a little forward, over the front side of that plate. 5 seconds, we should really be feeling that work. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the beginning. Goblet squats. So you know the moves. Let's get right back to work. We're gonna complete this circuit 2 more times. So each time we're through is an opportunity to work a little bit harder. Think about pushing your feet actively into the power plate like you're gonna drive it into the floor. That conscious activation of your muscle is gonna pull the vibration into your muscle fibers like a magnet. So it's just gonna intensify the results that you're gonna get. 3, 2, and 1. Single leg deadlift. Again, take your time, square up, and really focus and see if you can try to eliminate some of the wobbling this time. We're never gonna eliminate all of it because we wanna embrace that challenge. and be right on that edge where we're constantly growing, working, and changing. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Same thing other side. This leg seems to be my wonky leg. Definitely much more concentration needed on this side. Remember, back should stay flat. So the depth of your deadlift is determined by you, by your flexibility, by your technique. Keeping that back flat is crucial to a really great deadlift staying safe. And let's switch. Fixed feet, lateral squat. So coming down, again, that dumbbell is optional. You can absolutely set that dumbbell down. Keep the chest lifted as you shift your weight side to side. This time, pay attention as you shift the weight to the intensity that you feel in that leg. So this movement really illustrates how when we actively contract the muscle, that vibration is pulled into those muscle fibers like a magnet, because you can feel that intensity as you shift your weight. 3, 2, and 1. Set that plate down, or that dumbbell down. Back to that lunge pop up. So come right down into that lunge position. Pop up. Come right back down. My weight was a little too close to that power plate. So keep that chest up. Again, weight forward in this leg. We want to load it here. So we're still feeling the intensity, even though that is a static hold. And then pop up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Same thing. I don't know about you, but this one, woo! I feel this one smoking my entire leg. I feel that in my glute, hamstring, quad. Holy cow. Keep popping up. We have 15 seconds. And load that leg. Really using the vibration. You're also going to notice heart rate. So this is also metabolic. 3 seconds. 2 and 1. Shake it out. One more round. Grab that dumbbell back to those goblet squats. Let's dive right back in. Now, if you need more of a break, absolutely take it. Get a drink, towel down, and then just join me when you can. Sitting butt back, chest up. Just like the first round, our technique needs to be just that good. But we're going to imply the second round when we started actively contracting, pushing those feet into the platform, so we're getting the most out of this third round. 7 seconds left. Heart rate's pumping, blood is pounding, legs are burning. Single leg deadlift. At the end of this circuit, we do get a little bit longer, bit of a break. So focus in on these deadlifts. Keep a little bit of softness in that front knee. It'll also help if you stare at one spot out on the floor in front of you, or maybe on your power plate, to help you balance. I know that if I look over at the camera, I start to get extra wobbly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Imagine that your feet are in sand at the beach, and you're trying to sink your toes down into the sand, really grip on, press your heel deeper into the sand. Do that every time you start to lift up. That's going to help you with that active contraction of muscles that's going to increase the intensity, pulling the vibration into your muscle fibers. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fixed feet, lateral squat, come on down, shifting side to side. Again, try to keep that head, if you imagine you're just below water, don't let your head come above the water. And notice the intensity of the work in that leg when you get your weight right out over that foot. Woo! Last time through though, we're almost there. We have 10 more seconds, we're gonna do those lunge knee pop-ups, and then we get a big break. So stay with it, shoulders tight into your back pockets, and let's go to that lunge knee pop-up. Sit right down into that lunge, drive up. Now as you get tired, we're gonna wanna shift our weight back into this leg. Keep it up over the power plate so that you're loading those muscles in that leg on top of the platform. Five seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Last 30 seconds before the breather. Although we should be breathing now. Hopefully breathing heavy. Drive up, drive up. Come on. Again, stay forward. I can feel myself wanting to rock back into that leg that's not on the power plate. 10 seconds. So I'm going to remind you as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Do your legs feel like jello? Yeah, mine do. All right, awesome job. Take a drink of water. Maybe shake the legs, maybe a quick stretch on the power plate if you like. We've got another circuit. So similar to the first one, we'll repeat 4 exercises. This time, we only go for a little bit shorter time. We're gonna go for 2 rounds through rather than 3. All right, you've got about 15 more seconds to get yourself ready for crossover step-ups. So weight, optional. I'm gonna be doing this one with just body weight. Standing side on, take the foot furthest away onto the power plate, and then you're gonna step up and down. Now anchor yourself, whether that be hands on hips, hands down, hands here on your shoulders, up to you. We want to keep that foot on the power plate and use it as our platform to push and drive ourselves up. So we want to keep our hips facing this direction, so perpendicular to where we're stepping. Last one, and let's switch sides, same thing. So I'm gonna angle this way so you can see it from a different angle. So it's my outside leg pressing into the plate. Notice my hips and shoulders stay facing front as I drive through that foot that's on top of my power plate. I'm really activating through the glute with this angle of the leg. Plus, anytime we do single leg work, we're gonna force a lot more glute activation. So stay lifted nice and tall with your posture. Try to take the eyes out on the horizon. Got about 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. On top of your plate. Now, I'm gonna have you either hold on to your column or perhaps you're gonna hold on to the wall or a chair. We're gonna do some squats that are gonna target your quads. So I want you to really brace through the core and then lean the body back so that we're purposely loading those quadriceps. Only go to whatever range of motion feels comfortable for you. We don't want to put too much pressure on the knee as we push them out in front of us. Now also notice I'm coming up onto the balls of my toes. Heels are lifting off the plate as I lean away. 10 seconds. And again, I'm holding onto that column for balance. 3, 2, and 1. All right, a curtsy squat. So my feet are gonna be crossed over as I move down and up. Again, weight is optional. You can absolutely be holding dumbbells. For this round, I'm gonna do all body weight. For that second round, I'm gonna pick up some dumbbells for these movements. You can stick with body weight, absolutely. You can be holding weights right now if you'd like. You've got to always listen to your body and know that every day is a little bit different. We've got to honor our bodies, listen to them so we really make forward progress, never putting ourselves back a step. And let's switch. Same thing. Again, our legs are crossed over that back foot cross behind the front leg so that our knee is coming right behind that front heel. So you can see my back knee is coming right behind that front heel. So similar muscle activation to those crossover step-ups as we're coming into these curtsy squats. Still keeping nice tall posture. 3, 2, and 1. Our last exercise is a good morning. So I'm going to turn slightly sideways. So you can see my knees are soft. I'm hinging right at my hip. Back is flat. As we do this, we want to feel a stretch through the hamstring, the back side of that leg, and then a squeeze through the glutes and hamstrings, the back side of that leg. So as you come up, again, earlier I asked you to imagine that you were going to press your feet into the power plate and create a hole. That's the feeling I want you to have right now. Really push that power plate into the ground. Got about 5 more seconds here for this. And we're going to repeat one more time through. 3, 2, and 1. Crossover step-ups. This time I promised you I was going to be using weight. Again, it's optional. So bringing that leg that's furthest away from the power plate, using it to really drive up. We're repeating all 4 of those exercises again. Then we're going to stretch and be finished. So push with that foot on the platform. Try to think, lift yourself up by, again, driving down into the power plate. Always focusing on posture, lifting up nice and tall. We've got less than 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and switching legs. I'm going to come to this side again. Now, on that lowering phase, try to go slowly and avoid falling back into the ground. That way we're still working in that downward phase too, when our muscle fibers are actually in the stretched position. Makes it a little bit more challenging. So go down nice and slow. Abs are tight. How are you feeling? Are your legs burning? Are you sweating? I can feel the sweat just rolling over here. 3, 2, and 1. Set those dumbbells down. For these sissy squats or the quadricep squats, just body weight. So coming back into that leaned back position, again, holding onto your column or perhaps the chair or the wall. Let those heels come right up off the power plate. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Imagine someone's going to come up, punch you in the stomach. That's going to help support that low back. And hopefully keep the work right in those quads where we want it. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curtsy squats. For this one, I'm grabbing those dumbbells again, crossing that foot behind the other as we come down into that nice little curtsy. Now for those of you that have a smaller power plate, take that front leg, put it on the power plate. You can take the back foot, put it on the floor. If you have a personal plate and you're taller, I'm very short, I'm only 5'3". So if you're taller, you might need to use one foot on the plate, one foot on the floor to make this safe for you. Eyes up, we've got about 5 more seconds on this leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Hopefully hamstrings, quads, glutes are all saying hello right about now. We're nearly finished with this workout. Again, whether you're using body weight or the dumbbells, try to keep yourself really steady, hips and shoulders facing forward as we sink down into the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Good mornings. For this last set, if you want to use weight, you're going to place that weight right up on the shoulders, on the upper back, not on the neck, but but on the upper back. That's gonna put more work into the top of those glutes, into low back, into hamstrings, but the technique stays the same. Abs nice and tight, back flat as we tip, and then really push down into that platform as you squeeze and stand up. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes! Put those mats back on top because we're gonna stretch. Finishing things off by bringing blood flow back into those muscles we just worked so hard. So come into that nice long hip flexor quad stretch. Oh, my goodness, that feels good. Awesome job, you guys. For me, this is the first workout back after quite a significant break. So felt very challenging, but again, one of the things that I love about the power plate, it not only is going to help me to not be so sore after taking such a big break, but it also works as a pain dampener. So as I'm working out, my pain sensors are actually dampened because my brain is working hard doing a lot of other things due to the vibration of the plate. So you don't sense that burn or that feel of how hard you're working like you do when you're on the floor, which is a phenomenal side benefit to working on the plate because you can work so much harder than you would on the floor and still not be as sore. It's like magic. All right, let's go into a hip flexor stretch. Thank you for joining me today for lower body strength. Not gonna lie, leg day is hard. They are big muscles. It takes a lot of work and effort to really work those big muscles. Make sure we stretch and reward them. And switch, same thing, other side. Again, always keeping it dynamic. Not only are we getting some good recovery for the muscles, but massaging, stretching on the power plate afterwards is great for our lymphatic system, stimulating lymphatic drainage, and also lowering that cortisol response, that stress response. All right, awesome jobs. High fives all around. Thank you guys so much for joining me for lower body strength, and I'll see you soon.